Yes, sir.
Yes, Judge.
For the court charge of violation of pre-trial release. You understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Middleton, you here on behalf of Mr. Stone?
Yes, Your Honor, I am here on behalf of Mr. Stone. I am. And so I'm sure that what I'm going to hear is that you're going to probably not take much action because of Judge Grammer's case. I could be wrong, but I would beg if we could allow for a bond on the matter. It's kind of one of those situations where, if I can give you a little background, Your Honor, he attended a sporting event that he sponsored, and allegedly the victim was there. He checked with deputies. They told him it could be fine. He was just in the crowd. However, the victim must have seen him and is alleged improper contact, even though he made no attempt to contact her whatsoever. He was just a spectator of a sporting event that he sponsored. And so that's how we are here before you, Your Honor. So I would beg if we could allow him to have a bond. I'll address it later, the misdemeanor case.
Yeah,
but that's
I
kind
can
of the
bond on
context.
this, then I'm going to revoke on the other.
I would understand, Your Honor.
Okay.
Unless I can convince you otherwise, I'll try. You seem to be in a good mood, Judge.
And Judge Shelley Thomas here. I'm also here on his behalf as attorney of record in his other cases, if I may.
Okay.
Judge, clearly,
He's double-fisted.
I'm sorry, you're breaking up.
Mr. Stone comes at the case double-fisted.
That's right, Your Honor. We've heard of your reputation.
Bill, you here too?
I can jump on if they whose cases are? What are they?
Oh, it's Judge Stevenson? Oh.
Judge, I just read the probable cause for the violation. Mr. Stone sponsored that fight for a long time before it occurred. The alleged victim was not even on the card until not even 48 hours before it occurred. So the probable cause that it was knowing and voluntarily is, I would suggest that there's
there's the allegations that there was some contact made during the fight. That's him being, if we were just talking about him being present in the venue, that's one thing. But then and I'm not saying I'm not making a determination about the allegations, but the allegations are more than just being present in the venue.
Judge, I can't speak to that. I do know that I haven't had time to watch it, but my understanding is it was a 39-second fight. So I'm not sure how much contact could be made in 30 seconds in front of a million people. But
well, someone to tell someone to tote that ass whipping, I guess.
Well, I don't know if that was actually said, Your Honor. If you,
I don't know either, but I think that was the intimation that was made. That something of that ilk might have been conveyed. Perhaps. Well, I don't know. I wasn't there.
It's an odd circumstance.
Right.
But the underlying charge is significant.
And I understand that, Judge. And Mr. Stone runs a large company. He has a lot of employees that are counting on him who need to be paid today. So I'm begging of you to give him a bond or not revoke his bond. I mean, even if it is high, Judge, and I appreciate you being extremely reasonable on his original bonds. You were beyond reasonable, beyond what me and Mr. Middleton expected. I know you were, Judge. I appreciate that. I don't think Mr. Stone understands how lucky he was to begin with, but
because it was
not for him. Yes, Judge, I understand. But for the families who are expecting to get paid today, he has an entire company who is depending on him to get out to cut checks today. I know that's not your problem and not my problem.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Stone's problem.
I think the Southern expression is that's a you problem, not a me problem.
I understand.
Not you, Miss Tom. No.
I know, not me, but
yeah. Judge Stevenson.
Yep.
Judge Stevenson, I know, has court on December 27th because I was shocked when I saw that a circuit judge was working the week after Christmas.
Court cases on the 29th of this month too. his other case, yeah. So it's coming up. So.
Okay.
I would arm wrestle you for it, Judge, but I think you'd probably beat me. So
No, I would not. That's false. I've had both shoulders done, and I would not. I promise you. You could take me. I don't know. A 12-year-old could take me right now.
fair enough.
All right. Here's the best I can do. I'm going to put a $5,000 bond on the violation of pretrial release. I don't really know that I took place in the underlying charge, but to revoke on behalf of Judge Stevenson, I think my marching orders are pretty clear. The good news, if there is any good news, is that he's already set in that case for December the 29th. So it's not like I'm giving him a March date. Thanks.
I understand, Judge. And
I know. It's not a good time of the year. But unfortunately, the circumstances around the underlying charge and the allegations of the pretrial release violation are sufficient enough to warrant revocation.
Okay, Judge, I just want to make sure the CT charge that's in front of you, that's not going to be revoked, because I think I have that one pretty much wrapped up.
I'm not going to revoke.
All right.
No, I will not revoke the CT charge. The
Okay.
traffic, just the burglary with the bat, the case number
Okay, and
What
then
was the case number, sir?
74. CF. All right, Mr. Stone, 5,000 on the violation of pretrial release. Your court date's going to be December the 18th at 1 o'clock in front of Judge Grammer. And in case 233874, I'm going to revoke release, but you're already set for a court date in that case of December the 29th in front of Judge Stevenson. Good luck, sir.
For protection, Mr. Seifert, you've got friends or family in the courtroom. Listen to Mr. McDaniel, please.
Your Honor, we're going to ask to set this on the February 14th pretrial docket. We're going to waive speedy trial.
February 14th,
Correct.
pretrial. Is he in jail on these charges or just on the felony case?
Oh, just on the felony case. He's in jail on these charges also.
Okay.
Let's see. No, he's not. No, he's not in jail on these charges at all. So it's just, he's just in jail on the felony charges.
Yep.
They're the
I'm not,
exact
I
same
can't.
charges.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Ms. Bremer, what state's position, ma'am?
The state has no objection to a February date.
And Mr. McDaniel, are we picking February because of his status of his felony case?
Correct, Your Honor. And I believe the victim has been trying to get the cases dismissed. And I know she may be there today. And I don't know what's going to happen with those felony cases. It's the exact same charge in misdemeanor case.
The young lady's raising her hand. So you're the victim of both the misdemeanor case and the felony case? Sure. She wants to say something, Mr. McDaniel. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. I know that all the time you hear that this, he's not a bad person, because of this or that. But my husband really is not. And we had never, ever dealt with drug situations, and he made bad choices. And I know that there is consequences for those bad choices. But I came to the courts because I thought that's where I could turn to, so that they would help me get my family back, get my husband off the drugs, get us assistance, and help me get my family back. And that's still my intentions, because I have loved this man for more than half my life. And he is not a bad person. He did make a bad choice of drugs. We had never, ever dealt with that before, so we didn't know. I didn't know where to turn to. And I feel like through the whole process that I have made a bad choice in some instances to trust certain things, because yes, he made bad choices, but so did the Jackson County Sheriff's Office with a lot of the things that they done. So I'm asking, you did say that I couldn't have a no contact order with him on October the 23rd when he came before you for first appearance. And I'm asking you, please, I can't rebuild my family and know that I can get my husband back when he gets the rehabilitation that I pray the courts will give him, if I don't have the opportunity to actually be talking to him and see what's going on.
Is there still an injunction?
I have the court hearing for January 20th that's getting processed to be set up so that that can all be dropped. The only reason I did not drop it already is because of everybody I've been trusting and talking to was telling me that it wouldn't do me any good because you had said no contact.
The two judges involved, and getting one of them to agree to contact is not going to be very helpful. Both of them have to agree.
So,
Yeah, so even if both judges agree, the jail has a policy while he's in jail, wouldn't allow you to visit him at jail, but Mr. Goodson's absolutely correct. So I'm trying to look at this felony cases.
but that's what I don't understand, because y'all record everything. I guess I've never visited anybody in jail. I only know what people told me. But there's separation between us. Y'all record everything. I don't mind y'all recording. I don't mind somebody even being there with me. But I do know how my husband is, because I've lived with this man, like I said, more than half my life.
So let me make sure I understand. So you went to a judge at some point and said, I'm deathly afraid of him. I'm afraid of domestic violence. I need an order keeping him away from me. Is that right so far?
This is what they told me the day that I went.
I'm just trying to understand the
Okay.
timeline. Is that what happened?
Well, the reason I did that is
I'm not
because when I
asking you the
went to do
reason.
the
I'm asking you
injunction.
if you did that. Did you get an injunction?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Because
And
they
then at
told me I
some
needed to
point,
put down everything that happened that day in order for it to be allowed for it to be
at some
done.
point, a judge said, stay away from her.
Mhm.
Okay. And since that happened, how many times has he allegedly contacted you?
Tried quite a bit when he was out of jail.
Okay. So when he's out of jail, he allegedly ignores the judge's order that was put in place for your safety at your request.
Yes, sir.
Is that right? I just want to make sure I understand. And now it looks like he's charged with burglary with a battery, burglary with assault or battery,
And see,
which
that's
is,
what
let me finish, ma'am.
Okay.
I don't understand. I'm not the judge in this case. He's got a first degree felony, punch by up to life in prison. Are you the alleged victim in that case?
Yes, sir.
So that means he broke into your home and either committed assaut or battery on someone in the home
Me.
while the
October
injunction was in
21st.
effect.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
October
There's no
21st.
way I'm going to contact in that case. I'm just not going to allow contact. That'd be foolish of me to do so. I would not be doing my job to protect you, protect the public, enough's enough.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
But you
so-
would have been able to do your job if Jackson County Sheriff's Office had done their job and got the proper paperwork to you in time before you ever let him out the first time.
What is the proper paperwork? What are you talking about?
Where he had gotten into trouble and they had been called to my house and stuff and all. They did not get the paperwork to you in time for you to see that he did not need to be let out. He needed to be kept in jail.
So the first one, I let him out by setting him a bond
Mhm.
that he was entitled to. Who, did you post the bond?
If, that's what I'm saying, if the proper paperwork had been sent to
You
you
might
on
not have been
time.
entitled to a bond, is what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who posted the bond for him?
A friend, I guess.
You didn't post the
No,
bond?
sir, I didn't.
Okay.
I couldn't have any contact with him, and I'm not going against what the court.
So think of it this way, Ms. Seifert. He's got 2 charges pending. He's got some very serious charges in felony court in front of Judge Garcia, including one charge that carries a maximum penalty of life in prison if he's convicted. He hasn't been convicted, and he might get convicted and not get the maximum. But if he's convicted and if he gets the maximum, he could be sentenced to life in prison. I know nothing about that case other than what he's accused of. Then he has a much less serious charge here in front of me, and that's the case we're dealing with today: violation of injunction for protection, battery, and assault, all misdemeanors. So even if we could resolve these cases here, and we probably could, it doesn't help him because he's got a much more serious charges he's got to deal with.
And
So-
see, that's the thing. I made a mistake by coming to the courts and trusting the courts to help me. I should have tried to get my husband in a facility for drug rehabs or something and all. But like I said, I didn't know at the time because I had never dealt with none of this. But I pray that the court system does not fail us.
I don't know that the court system's failing you. I think that man right there is failing you. When a judge tells him to stay away from you and he doesn't, it's not the judge's fault. It's not the court system's fault. It's not the sheriff's department's fault. It's his fault.
I know that.
It's not your
Honor,
fault.
but-
It's
but he
his.
made the
So let's
best
try to
choice.
place some blame where it's due and not on the agencies that are doing their job. Thank you for coming though, ma'am.